Over the last 2 years, I've purchased and reviewed dozens of different speculative crypto miners on this channel. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how I made $4,211 with all those miners in April of 2024. This is a monthly series where I track all my income from crypto mining and running crypto nodes, minus my current expenses such as electric and hosting costs, so I can share with you my net income for the month. Stay tuned as I have a refreshed ROI or return on investment analysis for every miner, which I'll share with you later in this video. Most of the projects we'll be reviewing today fall within crypto's DePIN space, which stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. It involves using blockchain technology and token incentives to build and maintain physical infrastructure and solve real-world problems. I think DePIN will be one of the biggest winners in this bull market, so it's not something you should dismiss. Now, I can't sugarcoat it. It's been an awful month for crypto mining. Most of the tokens we mine are down 30, 40, 50%, a couple even more than that. Well, except for one, which could be our hidden gem, but more on that later in this video. The poor price action isn't going to deter me. If anything, this should be seen as an opportunity to double down on some of our strongest projects. This month marks 24 consecutive months of sharing this month-end earnings review data with you on this channel. I put this together for you, so if you learn anything from this video, I really would appreciate it if you'd hit that like button for me. So I have these projects sorted from most to least profitable, and we'll give some high-level commentary over each. We'll start off with here at the top. So number one project for the month are my Bitcoin miners. I have 6 of these S19 Pro 110 terahash Bitcoin miners, which I have hosted with BitCap hosting. I pay about an 8 cent per kilowatt hour hosting rate. So that's my expenses there of $1,164. So we netted $451 for my Bitcoin miners this month. Now, one thing to keep in mind with Bitcoin mining is we did just have the halving here on April 19th this month. So that cuts the rewards for miners in half going forward. If we go here, I do have a summary of my mining rewards by day for the month. I pulled this from my pool. You can see there was a huge spike here on April 20th, and that's due to runes minting on the Bitcoin network. Essentially, that caused Bitcoin transaction fees to spike temporarily there. You can see our mining rewards have fallen off considerably since, and now we're back to about half the rewards we were seeing prior to the Bitcoin halving. Now, right now, my mining is underwater. I did update this calculation here that's showing my current mining rewards based on the latest data today. We're at a loss of 76 cents per day per miner. So essentially, we're going to need about a 14% increase in the Bitcoin price to bring these miners back to profitable. Bringing us just about $69,000. So moving on to number two project for the month are my STEPN NFT shoes. This is a move to earn project. I've been doing this for about a year and a half. It essentially involves walking, and then you earn these GST tokens for walking every day. You know, they did have an airdrop this month. That's really contributing to the higher earnings we're seeing. It was this website More, where I connected my wallet and I got a free airdrop worth $275. It was actually paid out in their governance tokens, which is GMT. So this will not be a recurring airdrop going forward, at least I don't believe. So these earnings should go back down next month. Number 3 project is my HiFix Space Weather Station. This mines the Geo token. This is essentially an antenna and receiver you mount on your roof, and it helps to provide accurate GNSS data, which helps to improve GPS signals accuracy across the globe. As I alluded to at the beginning of the video, this is our one really strong project we're seeing this month. The price of the Geo token was up 24% month over month, and that is a big outlier compared to some of these other projects we'll see on the list today that are down substantially. So it made $394 for the month. A couple things to note for Geode. The max earnings per day currently is 48 tokens. You can see here I'm earning just over 46 tokens per day, and that's really due to, I believe, some trees that are around my house that may be causing a slight loss in my daily rewards. But as you can see, it's only a little less than 5% reduction. The other thing to note is the Geo token has an annual halving, so we're going to have a halving coming up here at the end of June. You can see last year it dropped from 96 down to 48, and then it'll drop from 48 down to 24, and I'll be earning a little less come July of this year. But a really strong project for Geode, and I'm really excited where this project's going to go. It's still very small in terms of total market cap, so I think it's still a gem of a project out there. Number 4 are my Flux nodes. I have 2 Nimbus, 1 Stratus, and some staked on Titan for my Flux nodes. Nothing really going on with Flux this month. The token, like a lot of other tokens, are down substantially, down 37%, but these are still profitable. I have these hosted with Goldie Tech nodes, so I pay 120 bucks a month to have these hosted with them. Coming number 5 is HiveMapper. This has been disappointing this month, only making $257 for my 2 HiveMapper dash cams. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, I have a double dash cam set up in my car. So one dash cam is front facing, and then I have one out the side window. And I saw an 81% decrease in the number of honey tokens I earned this month. We go over to this honey rewards history. You can see here's my history over time. Now, I did get the second dash cam in December of last year. So that's contributing to that big spike in the number of monthly rewards I saw starting in January and then continuing over the last several months. But you can see this drop off this month is very substantial. By far the lowest number of monthly rewards I've seen since getting into this project. In previous months, I was earning between 3,000 and 4,000 honey tokens, sometimes even more per week in total. And in the last couple of weeks, I've been earning 500-600 tokens total. So very disappointed in terms of the amount of rewards we're receiving here. But, you know, the several $1,000s we're making a month, you know, we knew aren't going to last forever. So still $257 a month isn't anything to cry about, right? And number 6, we have a new project. It's my Solana Chapter 2 phone pre-order. I pre-ordered this back in January for $450. We started to receive some airdrops related to this pre-order this month. So I'm going to track these going forward as well and see if we can pay for this well before we get the phone. I know at one point this month, the value of these 3 airdrops was actually worth more than the $450 I prepaid for this phone, but obviously they have gone down in value along with a lot of the rest of the crypto market over the past couple weeks. But it'll be exciting to see how much this phone will actually be worth in terms of airdrops once we get them all over the next year or so. Number 7 is a project we've been in for a very long time, my DIMO data miners. I have 2 of these. They're both level 4, contributing $121 for the month. What I like to do with DIMO is track our weekly rewards to see our trend change over time. Over the past several months, we were seeing 6+% decreases week over week. We really did see quite the trend change over the last several weeks this month. We'd actually see a over 10% spike in the week of 4/15, and then we've really seen a slowdown in terms of the decrease in rewards. That may be due to a decreased number of people moving onto the network, but that's good, at least for us who are receiving rewards going forward, because it means more monthly rewards for us. Now, DIMO, like a lot of the other projects today, is down pretty substantially this month, down 35% since last month. Number 8 are my Fry miners. I have 6 different Fry miners, and they made a total of $114 for the month. So we're receiving double daily earnings right now because the price of the Fry token is well below 1 penny. Anytime it's below a penny, you receive double daily rewards. So these are the daily rewards that I'm receiving in Fry tokens for each device. Multiply that by the days of the month, we're looking at a total of 65,000 Fry tokens for the month. I did see on their Discord today, they did end up forming a DAO for the project, which is good because I think it'll provide some oversight for the project in terms of rule changes and people having an active voice in the changes of the project going forward. Coming at number 9 are my pre-search nodes, only contributing $113 for the month. Now I'm down to 15 nodes. As I had stated last month, I sold about 2/3 of my total pre-search tokens. The pre-search token has really been a dog of a token so far. The last several years, it's well below bear market lows at this point, and it continues to keep making lows. So unfortunately, I don't know that pre-search is going to be a project that's going to pay off long term, but I'm still going to run some nodes just as a speculative bet here, but it really does not seem likely that they're going to take out Google or at least take any substantial market share in the immediate future. But I'll continue to support it by running a few nodes. Number 10 is my Helium Bobcat 500. This mine's the mobile token and provides 5G coverage for Helium's mobile network. Only made $97 for me this month. Number 11 is my Solana Saga phone. So what I'm going to do with the Solana Saga going forward is just track the value of new airdrops each month. We go over to my Solana Saga tab. As you can see here, there are a bunch of basically worthless meme coins that they keep dropping into my wallet, and it's a pain for me to try to track the price of a lot of these coins every month. So really, I'm just going to track the value here of each new airdrop I receive each month and put it in this analysis. I'll probably throw screenshots of my wallet just so we can see the total value of all the rewards, so we can track that over time. But I don't see any value of, tracking some of these tokens that are basically worthless each month. So that's what we'll do going forward. You can see there was quite a big decrease in terms of the total value of the rewards versus last month. We're down to $1,300 versus $1,700 last month, but to be expected with the crypto market the way it's been recently. Number 12 is a new project this month. It's called Get Grass. I did a video on it a few days ago. I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. It's basically a bandwidth sharing app where you earn these testnet points, which can actually currently be converted on Whales Market. So currently making $69 for the month. You see their token is down pretty substantially versus last month as well. That's to be expected, right? Number 13 is my phone farm. I added one more phone this month, so I'm up to 50 phones mining Varus coin, only making $40 for this month. One thing new of note this month with the phone farm is they did actually announce merge mining with this token called R. It's on the Pirate chain, but I looked at the value of the R I've received so far, and I've only made about $2.50 of R, so I don't think it's going to be a big money maker in terms of those merge mining, but at least it's some additional revenue bringing in to my phone farm. Number 14 are my streamer nodes. I have this staked on the streamer network. Nothing really going on here, just making a little under $40 for the month. Number 15 is Crank. The Crank token, once again, is down substantially this month. I don't know that this token has ever been up since we started covering this over a year ago, but only making $29 for the month. I did see today they have they're currently working on getting listed on a DEX, and I think they may actually have gotten this through today. So maybe that'll help to provide some liquidity and interest for Crank going forward. Number 16, my iPolo G1 minis. I have 3 of these mining Grin, solo mining. We found 19 blocks this month, so not a bad haul for my Grin tokens this month. Number 17, Map Metrics, just making just under $16 for the month. I think they are doing a relaunch of their token here in the next couple months, but I haven't seen an announcement of when that'll happen. So I have the value of this token based on a DEX I found. So really only making a little over $15 for the month. I did see today they just announced a transition they're moving from Solana onto this other layer 1 called Peak. I did a little research. I'd never heard of Peak, and I couldn't find really much of a active price for it. I don't know that's going to be the best decision long term, but we'll see. We'll follow this. We'll see how it goes for Map Metrics. Number 18, Deeper Connect Mini. This is a VPN that I run for my home. Currently just making $16 for the month. They did just have their halving back in January, having those rewards. Number 19, ETCMC nodes. This one has really fallen from grace over the last several months. I'm happy we were able to get into this early, but it's really been a dud in terms of performance for this project. Especially over the last several months, just making $15 for my 4 ETCMC nodes. But it doesn't cost me anything to keep these up, so I'll keep these up and running until basically the earnings go poof and there's nothing left. Number 20, my Helium Bobcat IoT miners. I still have 2 of these down. They're actually my miners that are on Crank. When I set them up on Crank, my Helium IoT mining stopped working. I probably need to troubleshoot it, but it's really not worth my time. You can see the 3 other ones I have are just making about $1 a month. Number 21, PiFi. Not making much here, just a little under $2 a month. Next, we have my Examiner. My storage had reset a couple months ago, so I'm basically earning nothing again on this until I started to build up the storage capacity on this. But even at my peak, I was still making a couple bucks a month for this. So this really been a dud of a project. Next one, Onakoi, still on testnet at 24 wing bits. Still on testnet, no TBD. WeatherXM, they also delayed their token launch. It was originally, I think, supposed to be in February, but they delayed it so they could do some additional fundraising, and they haven't provided any ETA since. Then 26, Modus Mini, that I think they're also planning to go live here in the next several months. There's been a nice cheap project, but as many of you are aware, I've had issues trying to get mine set up, but I know that's not the case for everyone. Number 27, Galaxis Engine. They did just announce a couple days ago they will be launching their token in mid-May, so I'm excited to see what the value of these Galaxis tokens will be in terms of our engine node. Then finally, we have my FutureBit Apollo Bitcoin miner. I run a full Bitcoin node. I run it unprofitably, but it helps to support the Bitcoin network, so I'll continue to do that. I want to take a quick second to give a shout out to CryptoJar and Chris Bagnell, who started to put together their own month-end earnings review videos each month. Go give them a follow and check out their videos. I think they may now realize how much work this type of video takes to put together each month, so props to them for taking this on. So next, let's look at the miner graveyard. So there's no new additions to our miner graveyard this month, but as you can see here, this is basically littered with every gold shell mini box miner I've ever owned, as well as a lot of other projects that ended up either being Ponzi's or fell apart. So just keep in mind that not every project's going to be a big winner, and that's why I like to diversify across mini projects, because you never really know which ones are going to pop off and which ones are going to die. So trying to manage your risk. That's how I do it, as I manage my risk through essentially diversification. Next, let's take a quick look at the ROI analysis I put together for this month. We'll start with the assumptions I'm making here so we can level set. First, miner fair market value estimates are based on recent comparable miner sales I'm either seeing from eBay or from the manufacturer's website. These, in almost all cases, are not my purchase costs. I pay generally a lot more for these miners because I bought them previously, and generally miner prices fall over time. Next, these are my current net income, is my actual mining results less my expenses. Yours may be different. And then this is as of a point in time, the end of April 2024. Miner value and income amounts are obviously going to change over time as mining difficulty changes and the price of these tokens change over time. And finally, this is not financial advice, and don't use this as your sole justification to purchase a miner or a node. So we're going to go over this real quick. I'll get some high-level commentary over some of these, but I don't want to waste your time on this. One other thing, in column B here, I do have a color coding system where I rank each project. Green, I think, are some of the strongest projects. Red are projects I would essentially stay away from. And then yellow have been kind of iffy, but it may be worth taking a shot at. So our number one here is my Step-In NFT shoes. I have this marked as red because this is essentially really a Ponzi scheme. It's a move to earn project. I think I've ROI'd at this point, but I have walked, I think, over like 800 miles so far, and most of it's around my house in the winter. So it's kind of a waste of time, but it was an interesting project when I got in. It was making like $50 a day. It was ridiculous. But this is also distorted, this ROI here, because this is looking at my current value of my airdrop I received this month. So I would essentially ignore Step-In here in terms of an ROI. I would stay away. Number two is the HyFix GeoNet Space Weather Station. This has been a big winner of a project recently. The performance of the Geo token has been pretty phenomenal. It's still a really tiny project. I think it only has like a $20 or $30 million your cap. So a huge room for growth here. It is on the little pricier end, coming in at $625 for your space weather station, but it has been a nice set it and forget it project for me. And unfortunately, they do have a little delay here in terms of delivery versus order of 6 to 8 weeks, but this has been a big winner for me. And out of all these projects in this list today, this would probably be the one that I would recommend the most in terms of picking up right now. Next, we have my Solana Chapter 2 phone. It's currently priced at $500 versus the $450 that I pre-ordered it in January. Now, this is still a pre-order, so you're not going to get your phone until sometime in, I think, first half of 2025, but you will be eligible for immediate airdrops. So this ROI of 61 days is obviously distorted because it's looking at the value of my current month airdrops and annualizing them to calculate break even. So the break even will probably be quite a bit longer, but I wholly expect the value of my airdrops is going to far exceed the cost for this device. So I'll put a link in the description below if you want to pick up one of these for pre-order. Number 4, Hive Mapper. This has kind of been a disappointing project, especially this last month with the decrease in earnings I've been seeing, but they are coming out with a new dash cam. It's called the B. They're expected to deliver sometime in Q3, but really I think if you order now, it might not be till Q4 till you get it, but they are offering a 2,000 honey bonus for making a pre-order of a B, which is currently priced at $469. So at the current value of the honey tokens, you're looking at probably about half the cost getting knocked off that by making a pre-order now, which will greatly reduce that cost for you. So if you're not already involved in Hive Mapper, I think it's worth a shot in terms of ordering this Hive Mapper B. It's been a great project for me, and even despite some of the reduced earnings I'm seeing over the past several weeks. Next, we have my DIMO data miners. This has also been a huge winner for us, especially those who have been in this with me since the beginning. This one's paid off many times over as well. It's been a set it and forget it project, so it's been really passive for me, and it's nice. It's lower cost, only at $299, and you're looking at a break even of, looks like, just under 6 months at this point for the DIMO data miners. Number 6, your fry miners. Now, I'd probably put this closer to a yellow than a green here, but it is also quite passive and it's very easy to set up. And I like that they're low cost, especially compared to some of the other miners on our list today. A little longer break-even time at this point. I do have a 35% discount if you want to pick one of the fry miners up. Number 7, Map Metrics. I have this one marked as yellow. I'm kind of concerned that they're moving blockchains here, but we'll see how it works out for Map Metrics. This is another drive to earn project. Number 8, Helium Bobcat 500. These are quite pricey. You really need to have a good location if you're going to try to install one of these, because I think at this point you may be a little late to the party in terms of Helium 5G mobile mining. Bitcoin mining. At this point, it's not profitable based on current prices today. I expect that to change because I think Bitcoin's going to rally coming in to the rest of this year and next year. So I think that'll keep these profitable long term, but it is quite the investment. And it really, if you're going to get into Bitcoin mining, you probably want to get some of the newer age Bitcoin miners that are much more efficient than this model here. Number 10, streamer nodes. This is distorted because you're really just staking your coins and earning a yield. So this ROI is not really accurate. Whenever you're staking coins on a node, you really don't want to think of it in terms of ROI of a ASIC miner or even a GPU, because really a lot of times you can just unstake your coins at any time and get them back. You're not locked in like you would with the sunk cost of an actual physical miner purchase. Number 11 is Solana Saga. I want this one marked as yellow just due to the very high cost of this device, and I don't know if you'll still be eligible for a lot of those previous airdrops anymore at this point. Number 12, Deeper Connect Mini. I have 75,000 Deeper tokens staked on my Deeper Connect Mini, so that's really contributing to my higher rewards. They have a reward tier system, so I get max rewards every day due to the amount of Deeper tokens that I staked. Number 13, Crank. You need an eligible device to onboard, so that doesn't include in this $250 total cost. This is for your license, and then you need to stake some Crank tokens to get joined with this project. But the ROA is really falling on Crank recently as the token continues to fall. Number 14, iPolo G1 Mini. This is one of my last at-home ASIC miners. It's been a decent winner for me over the past several years. It's actually one of the first miners I reviewed on this channel, but you can see the ROI at this point is pretty miserable, coming in at almost 3 years. Moving down to the bottom of our list, we have at number 15 is the pre-search nodes. Once again, my ROI here is distorted because you're just staking your coins each month, and I'm also receiving a monthly airdrop on my pre-search nodes, which I think they're doing through the rest of 2024. So that distorts the ROI here, but I have pre-search marked in red here just because the coin has been such a poor performer. Number 16, Phone Farm. This is a nice easy project to get involved in, especially if you have some phones laying around the house. Next, ETCMC nodes, stay away from that. Helium Bobcat IoT, I'd also stay away. Number 19, PiFi. The yield on this is quite awful at this point, but the PiFi token did just launch last month, so we'll give this some time. If you have an extra wear element sitting at home, it might be fun to spin this up since you just have to pay for initial license cost to get this up and running. Number 20, Flux node. This is also a distorted ROI because you're just staking your Flux tokens on your node, but you see the ROI for these Flux nodes is quite awful at this point, just a 5.9% annual yield on these Flux nodes. And finally, rounding off our list today are the testnet projects, which don't have an ROI yet. The ones marked in green, I think, are the strongest ones and worth looking at. Red ones, I would stay away. And GetGrass has some risks involved with it, but watch my other video on that for more on GetGrass. I have discounts for most of these miners, which I will put links to in the description below. If you choose to use my links, it does help to financially support this channel. So thank you in advance if you choose to pick anything up. Thanks for watching. Bye.